final countdown now for NRG. They're going to add one more. Atomic, fittingly enough, adds his 4th of the series and punctuates the win for NRG.
Shouldn't have been anyone else either. This player has been so crucial. NRG will have their way with this ball, but it doesn't matter because they are back. NRG are your Open for North American champions.
On top here, I want to give you an opportunity. You guys want to make any shout outs, and anybody you want to talk to, you know, plug here. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for everyone. Thank you to God, you know, of course, you helped us through this regional, and thank you to, you know, all the doubters and everything. There's a lot of doubt after we lost against Gen.G, so it keeps us fueled and keeps us motivated. And just thank you for, you know, family and all the people who work behind the scenes as well, the casters and everyone. So thank you guys very much.
Beast Mode, a champion again here in North America. Congratulations, bud. Good luck in Open number 5.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yo, welcome back to another video. You already know what time it is, man. In this video, we're doing a regional recap. The regional just finished. It is now the day after, which is Monday. You know, just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about some things and about the thought process of, you know, of the regional and after the regional and before the regional, and you know what was happening during the regional, stuff like that. And you know, this might be an important one. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys some things that, like, you know, what we thought of. You know, it's gonna be a, you know, kind of different regional recap and tell you my thought process and everything of, you know, how things have been going and stuff like that. And you know, we're gonna watch 4 replays, one of every single day, you know, during the thing, and then we're gonna watch 2 on the final day. So this is gonna be, you know, we might not get through all the 4 games. You might, you know, we might. But you know, without further ado, let's get into it. In this game, we are playing against What's Up, which is Expert, Deowe, and Jazzy. If you guys don't know much about these players, they're basically ranked players, or like top 16 players, I would say. They're not bad at all. Like, these guys were especially not bad. They were like a top 12 team in my opinion, maybe top 12, you know, top 10, I'll probably say top 12 team, because, you know, their defense was pretty solid, and yeah, they weren't bad overall. But you know, I want to first start off with, like, how the practices were going up to the regional, because that's what, you know, kind of what we always do. But practices were honestly the best they've been in a long time. Like, and I don't know if I said that before, or like, I mean, maybe I've said that practices were good, but honestly, this was like, we were feeling really, really good. Like, you can tell, like Dan was playing around. He was like, you could just tell this is gonna be our split, and like, we all agreed with him because of how good of our scrimmages were going up to the regional. Like, we were putting a lot of work in into how we wanted to play, and into how we wanted to, you know, think about scrims, how we want to think about the game, and how we want to, you know, play with intensity, and a bunch of other stuff. You know, I don't want to go too deep into it, but just it was just a bunch of things combined, and we were just, you know, really working hard for it. And you know, we were feeling very confident going to this regional, as always. I know I always say that, which you have to, but this time, you know, we were feeling extra confident. So yeah, going to the first day wasn't too bad at all. It was a weird day, I would say, and that is because this series, these guys are honestly playing like pretty solid, which is unexpected because they were like the 16 seed, and I'm not gonna say they're bad or anything like that. They were just like playing crazy defense, and they were honestly all really good. But they're honestly all really good and ranked, so it wasn't a surprise, but it is at the same time, because you know, you didn't know like what to expect from them. So it kind of, which is why the series was a bit like hard, because they were surprising us a lot. I feel like, and we weren't really like, you know, just ready for it. We weren't really ready for how they're gonna play, but we still ended up beating them pretty comfortably, 3-1. They did get a game off us, sadly, which is not what we wanted. We honestly want to sweep these kind of teams, and we know that we can sweep them comfortably, especially, you know, the teams that are last seeds. But once again, no hate to them. They were playing pretty solid, and you gotta, you know, tip your hat, you feel me? But and then after this series, the reason why I'm saying is weird, because like, it didn't even feel like an RLCS day, because we didn't even play our second match. Like, we had our second match, which was to qualify for top 6 in Saturday. The team forfeited because Evo, which was the team that we were going to play, was Evo, Percy, and Aqua. And if you're in the scene a lot, those 3 players are honestly pretty skilled. They just probably I don't want to speak for themselves because I don't know how their team environment is, but I just, in recent history, I just know they're not really known for grinding the game like that. Well, Evo is. I know Evo grinds the game a ton, but I know Percy and Aqua have been known for not really, grinding the game as much as they should or want to. Which is okay. Some people just like, some people don't really even need to grind the game like that, and they're just really talented already. And those two players are really talented, honestly. They just don't have the right mindset for the game, I believe. And if they did, they could be, really, really, really good players. But that's a sleeper team for sure. If they all figure it out and if they all want it, that's a sleeper team without a doubt. And but we ended up not playing them because Evo's internet went out, which is kind of sucks. Honestly, wanted to play them. It didn't feel fair to just get a free top 6 like that. It never does. You always want to beat your teams and kind of play them no matter what, necessarily. Because like I said, it just doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel right. That was a nice little touch. You feel me? But yeah, that was basically the first day. It was a weird day. Then we spent the whole day just kind of watching other teams. It was honestly, it's always fun. Like with this team, I honestly enjoy. I honestly just like, it's like such a good feeling, and like it's I love watching like games with these guys. It's always a good time. Like we make jokes, we have fun times, and we're also watching the NBA playoffs. So it was just a pretty good day overall, and pretty easy day. But yeah, it just didn't feel like RLCS that day for some reason. Because we literally only played one match, and it felt like, and it wasn't the hardest match at all. It was just more so like, I don't know. Yeah, it was just a weird day. But I'm gonna skip to the end right here real quick because we ended up beating this team in this game right here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the first day. Like I said, it was just a weird day, and I'm gonna switch to the second replay. So let's get up. Okay, so here we are in the next day. After that entire day of the first day, we were kind of watching to see who we were gonna play because our day was done, and we were done with our group. We were the first players done, or we were the first team done with their group because of that forfeit, and so we didn't know who we were gonna play, and we ended up playing against Gen.G for the top 4 because if you win, basically if you make it to top 6 without losing. If you guys don't know, you guys do get a second life, but only for that Saturday, if that makes sense. You only get one life for that Saturday, and then if you win, then it just goes back down. Then you only have no like extra life for Sunday, and it's just all a fair game for everyone at that point. So having that extra life is good because if you do not feel good that Saturday, and if you do not feel your best or like aren't playing your best as a team or individually, then you have that extra life for you. So it's pretty nice. But so let's talk about the series. In this series, man, it was rough. It really was. It's probably our worst loss online yet to date. I think I seen a stat by Deowe on Twitter. If you guys don't know him, he's a Deowe is a guy on Twitter who works with RLCS. I think does all the stats for them. He's a really cool guy. So I would check out his Twitter if you guys want to see any unique stats because he posts a lot. But anyways, this series right here was the most we have ever gotten scored on in an entire series, like ever. And I read that stat. I was like, dang. That kind of sucks. But to be honest, they did score 9 goals in the last game, and like after 4 or 5 goals, I would say 5 goals, and you're like up by 5-1. It's not really the same because it's kind of you didn't give up. Like it's just necessarily like it's over type thing. But I don't want to make any excuses. It don't matter because at the end of the day, we got scored on the most we ever gotten scored on. It was online. So yeah, this was a tough loss. Honestly, we were pretty confident going into this one, especially after like I said, scrims were going great, and the first day was just easy. It felt pretty easy because of what happened with the forfeit and of who our first match was and stuff like that. And they came up to play. They showed up, man. They really did. They honestly, we just felt like they were like peaking necessarily. Like anything they would do, it would just work. And that's not to say that it was a honeymoon or it was a a fluke from them, because it's not. They're a really good team, and I honestly think this Gen.G team is going to be a really good team for the rest of the season, and can easily make top 8s, top 4s at lands. Honestly, I do believe that they can. But yeah, dude, everything they were doing was just working, and we didn't think we played bad at all necessarily, especially the first 3 games. The first 3 games, honestly, we felt like it was our game. Like, I think we were up 1-0 the first half of the first game, and then we kind of threw it away, and then won 1-2 in overtime, I think. And then the second game, we were up by a lot, I think. I don't know if it was up by 3 or up by 2 or something like that. I know we were up by a lot, and then we threw the lead away that game, and then we lost that game. I think I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then after that, we were down 2-0, and then we lost the third game by 1 goal. And then after that, when you're down 3-0, it don't matter if you're online. It don't matter who you're against. To be honest, it's gonna be really, 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 really tough to come back. And it's not often that people do. It's been done before. Don't get me wrong. And we were honestly, we were still confident in that series, even though we were playing the way we were playing. And then the way they were playing, like, we're a team that we're still confident in any situation, which is like crazy to say. And it's a good feeling to say that. But yeah, it didn't go our way. I mean, it was just a really tough series, and yeah, I mean, and after the series, I had a lot of emotions, to be honest. This series, I don't think none of us felt good, especially myself. Like, I did not feel good, like, whatsoever throughout this entire series, and I haven't been feeling like myself for like the past few months. After, you know, like, pretty much this whole entire season, I haven't been feeling like, I mean, I've been feeling good, you know, I haven't been feeling terrible or nothing like that. I just haven't feeling like my dominant self that I know I can be as a player. And so after this day, I was like, I'm done feeling that way. I'm a grind. I'm just gonna play the game. I'm not gonna overthink anything. And the team and I had a, you know, talk. We told ourselves, honestly, yeah, like I said just recently, or not, like a minute ago, like, we didn't play bad at all. Like, honestly, we did not play that bad. We just didn't. We didn't finish in the big moments, and they were. That's what we were kind of saying. And I did see a lot of hate on Twitter and stuff like that from the fans, and also a lot of supportive fans out there, which I really greatly appreciate it. All the fans that supporting and stuff like that, or even hating, because it does give me more fuel for sure. But yeah, it was just we just had a team talk, and I just basically was telling myself, I'm done feeling this way. I'm done feeling like I'm not giving my full self. I'm done feeling like I can't, you know, be my best self and stuff like that. And, you know, the next day I told myself, tomorrow we're winning it. Like, truly, we're gonna win. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around. Like, all of us, we're not gonna play around no more. You feel me? Nah, but all jokes aside, seriously, that's how I felt. And to be honest, like, after that day, I was like, is it like, do I just need to really focus on, like, do I really need to focus on just competing only? Like, do I just stop streaming, stop YouTube right for a second, and just focus? Because I was like, literally, I was tired of the way I was feeling. Like, I'm done feeling like I can't play my best. Like, I'm done with it. So, and that wasn't necessarily I wasn't playing back. I never thought I was playing horrendous or terrible or just bad in general, because I always thought I was playing solid. Just, I know I can give more. I know the team and I can give way more, and I just needed that fuel. And, you know, I'm excited for the rest of the season for sure, because you know, after that day, it all kind of changed mentality and physically within our play and stuff like that. And I do think we lose this game right here. Yeah, this is a long game, so I'm kind of going to skip it and go to the next one. But we do lose this game. This is the first game right here. We do get scored on sadly off a counterattack. I was about to go over this guy, and then I was going to bump whoever jumped for Dan, and then I just got bumped. And then teammates put an awkward position, and me and Dan kind of double committed there. And Didn't know who was going, and we got scored on, and that was the first game right there. But I'm gonna go to the second game, or not second game, third game, and let's get it. All right, so this right here was the Sunday, Championship Sunday. So after we lost to Gen.G, we were gonna play the Ultimates, right? And obviously, it's not the match that it's not our easiest match ever. It's probably the hardest match we could honestly get out of this entire regional against these guys, because these guys are our technical rivalries and stuff like. I don't, I always know I struggle with that word, but this is our hardest match yet by far, because of how good of a team they are. And but I was really excited for this match, because if we beat these guys, I know we were gonna win the regional, and I was very excited about this team, because I know that if we beat them, it's a good feeling. Like, if there's a team that we want to beat in a regional, it's this team by far, and there's no questions about it, because we're honestly more excited about this team beating this team and winning against this team, and more energetic, and the comms are higher more than ever against this team, like in the finals or in the semifinals against Complexity. And that's just how it is, because we know they're going to be our main competition throughout the entire season at LANs and all that kind of crap. So, yeah, that's just how it was. But in this series, it was back and forth. It really was. A good amount of mistakes from both of us. It wasn't the cleanest series at all. A lot of scrappy things going on. But that's what makes it entertaining for you guys, right? Like, it don't matter how clean it is, as long as it's entertaining for you guys. Unless you're a fan of the org or fan of your team, you want it to be as clean as possible and smooth sailing as possible. But overall, I bet it was pretty fun for you guys to watch and stuff like that, and it was fun to play in for sure. And of course, Game 7, that's always with us, man. I don't know what it is, but we've always went to Game 7s. It's it's my heart can't take it, but. I love it. It's an awesome feeling to go in these Game 7s. But they're playing pretty solid, like always. They're playing like their usual selves. I feel like it wasn't bad or nothing like that. They're all playing pretty solid overall. I mean, I don't know if they were playing their best, I would say, because they weren't like peaking, of course, like that, but they weren't playing bad to no means. They were playing good for sure. It's Ultimate, so they're gonna be good. It's always a good series against these guys. But yeah, I mean, basically in this series we were just telling ourselves to play our game. Nothing really changed anything, because like I said, after we lost that Gen.G series, we don't really need to change anything. Just a few tiny things to kind of push ourselves over that hump of like, okay, just like realizing who we are. And that's exactly what we did. We didn't change any style. We didn't change anything like that. We didn't change anything big. Just a couple small tiny things, which is what Sathu said in his tweet, if you guys seen that. That's all we did. And I think also, speaking about Sathu's tweet, there's been a lot of narrative about saying that we're a defensive team, which is kind of like not annoying necessarily, but like it's wrong. It's just wrong, because that's not how we want to play, nor how we play. I don't know where that narrative came from, and all the rest of the team agrees with that. I don't really know where that came from. That was almost a crazy play. If I would have met that a little faster, but I was trying to pre-jump to be quick. I remember that. But yeah, I don't know where that narrative came from. Let me know if you guys agree with that, though. If you guys think that we're a defensive team, I don't think that we are at all, and I don't really think that we show that we are at all. Maybe we get stuck in defense, or maybe we counterattack, but that doesn't necessarily that we are a defensive team. But yeah, I don't know. We don't really try to be that way, but yeah, you guys are gonna see like some crazy moments in this Game 7. By the way, it was insane. This game 7 was down to the last second, and I wish I hit this double tap right there. That would have been crazy. And they bumped each other. That's where it was. Look at this moment right here. This is like a tough moment, because he tried to flip out the way for Chronic, and then he ended up bumping him, and that's just probably the worst thing that happened. Let's see Chronic's point of view. He would have had it too, or at least had a 50 with Atomic, because Atomic was coming in pretty quick. But then that's what happened. But I need a drink of water, bro. I'm talking a lot. Hold on. Alright, we're good. That was much needed. But then, are you serious right now? A double kickoff, and now Jay hit a pretty nice shot, and 1-1. That's the worst feeling ever, man. When you just scored a goal after an entire game, and then you get kickoff goal on. I mean, it was a nice shot, but it was still pretty annoying. And then we got it back right here. We got it back right here, which is honestly was not expecting a goal right there, because there were still 2 in that. But we take it. We take it. So, and then this is what happened. They almost scored the same exact goal. I was about to be like, bro, no way. They almost scored the same exact goal, but Darren got a good save. He does miss it right there. I had to react pretty quick, and then. Oh my. Oh, bro, this moment right here, all I had to do was sit and watch. Look, he still got it, and then Tomic barely got a touch on it. And then, I mean, you guys might be wondering, how do I think in that certain situation, or how do I feel? I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm just sitting there, it's like, just, I don't know, like freaking. Yeah, I can't really explain it. It's just you can't really do anything about it. You just gotta pray for the best. Honestly, it's not a good feeling either. So, and that was that game right there. And then, yeah, I'm gonna head to the next replay and talk about the rest of the tournament, and that should be the end of the video. Let's get it. All right, so this is I'm gonna be showing you guys the finals. One of the finals games against Gen.G. Who they did end up making the finals because of how good they were playing over the weekend. Like I said, they're a really good team, and they were playing really good over the weekend. And honestly, we were rooting for them. We were honestly rooting for them to make the finals because we wanted to play them again in the finals. They get our get back against them because we wanted to beat them. But I'll talk about that later. We're gonna talk about the complexity series first, because after we beat Ultimates, which was a really good feeling. That's always a really good feeling to beat those guys, especially in a Game 7 win like that. That's always awesome to do so. We were not only were we feeling confident more than ever, but against this complexity team, they play good against everyone. I mean, against SSG, they smacked SSG. I heard they beat them pretty good. Or not heard they beat them. They beat them pretty good. That was also a pretty nice shot. They beat them pretty good on Friday, which was the first day of the regional. They beat them like 3-1, and they were looking good over the entire weekend. But in scrims, we dominate this team. Like, we honestly played this team really well in scrims, and we win like almost every single scrim against them. So not only was this a good matchup for us, but we were feeling confident more than ever, and it showed. We ended up sweeping them. I seen a couple of comments after that game, like saying like people don't understand it because they were looking good against every other team, but then they play against us and they look like a completely different team. And they don't look like they're themselves. And I completely agree. I don't know what it is. I think we just match up really good against them, and we just play really good against them, and that's just kind of it. That's just literally we just felt really good against them, and we ended up sweeping them. It it was a good series from us overall. We were feeling really good, and honestly, we're feeling like ourselves, man. It really felt good to kind of feel like it felt like how it was last season, throughout the entire season last season. Like it felt free. It felt like our offense was there. It felt like our defense was really good. It just felt like everything was going good, and we weren't even necessarily peaking, which is the good thing. I think we were just playing good as a team, and we were all really trusting each other and just stuff like that. And that's the main thing, because when you feel like you're not peaking but playing really good, it could be repetitive, and it could be consistent, and that's the most important thing you want to see in a team, because it can't be a fluke, or you don't want it to be a fluke like, oh, we just peaked and we won. It's really important and comforting to see that that growth in your team and that consistency in your team. So yeah, it's a good feeling. But yeah, after the complexity series, we ended up playing Gen.G, who they beat SSG to make the finals in a Game 7. If you guys seen that series, that was entertaining until the Game 7. The Game 7 was pretty boring because they ended up beating them pretty bad. I think it was like 5-1 or 5-2 that Gen.G won in Game 7. But we were very happy. We were very happy to have them in the finals again, because it showed that we wanted a rematch after that, because that's not who we were that day, that Saturday. That's not who we were at all. And it wasn't who we were at all because we ended up sweeping. We ended up beating them 4-0 in the finals, and it was pretty dominant from us. I didn't think we were. I don't know. I just felt really good. It felt really good to beat them. It felt really good to show everyone that we're not washed because, like I said a couple minutes ago in this video, that there was a lot of narratives that we were washed or falling NRG or stuff like that, and it felt good to kind of show them that that's not true and to prove everyone wrong. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of it, man. That was it. It was a good regional, good learning lessons, man. Good learning lessons as always. Had a lot of emotions going through that after that Saturday. You know, everything happened for a reason, and you know, I just want to thank God once again, of course. Like, it really does allow me to stay strong and stay patient, you know, throughout any circumstance, no matter what. And I recommend you guys following Jesus, because it helps me throughout my entire life, and that's something that you guys have known me for. And I kind of just wanted to say that real quick, because no matter what the outcome is, you always got to stay patient and realize everything is meant for a reason, you know. And if any hate is coming your way, then yeah, just stay patient. Everything will happen for a reason. That's what I thought of it. So yeah, that was it for the regional. Good bounce back from the boys. Sad through the GOAT coach, of course. I've seen that everywhere. You guys are all right, and yeah, I'm officially a 10-time regional champion. It's crazy to say that. I never thought I'd be in this spot where I'm in double digits, and I'm only one of 2 or 3 players in North America to do that. I think it's me, Tomic, and First are the only players to do that, which is those are some GOAT names right there. So I think Daniel's getting close too. So my boy Dan's getting close. But all right, man, that's gonna be it for this video. Solid 26 minutes of ranting. So let me guys know if you guys want to see more videos like this. As always, hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night. God bless you guys. I love you guys, and peace out.